Welcome friends, to another Gym Notice video.
Hey guys, it's Jim here and welcome back to War Thunder. Today we are checking out the Sturmpanzer 4, also known in War Thunder as the Brummbär. Oddly enough, this is not a nickname given by the Germans, but rather by the Allied intelligence. If you ask a German soldier what was the nickname of this thing, his answer is Sturmpanzer. Yep. But anyway, enough trivia, let's talk about this thing. So first off, we're talking about the armor. As Sturmpanzer 4 suggests, this is a SPG or SPH, depending on what you want to call it, that's based off the Panzer 4. Like so. And since this is based off the Panzer 4, it also shares some of this weakness. Weak side armor, weak rear armor, weak top face armor. But you know what's not weak? This thing. 100mm of armor sloped at 38 degrees. Even at close range, quite a number of allied guns can't really punch right through this. However, do beware of a few vehicles. For example, the M4A4 SA-50 and the Sherman Firefly, both with the APC-BC upgraded shells. They can shoot right through this thing, no problem. But since those tanks are at 4.7, you won't be facing them as much as what you're gonna be facing at 3.3 and 4.3. However, do beware of one thing. If you're fighting 3.3 to 4.3 tanks, beware of this spot right here. 20mm or 50mm. Any gun can punch right through this, no problem. And another thing, do not angle with this thing. You see, you may angle and be like, oh, you know, I'll be protected, you know, I have better effective thickness, they can't punch right through this. Yeah. I always irk whenever I see a corner wedge, because that means you're not angling your armor anytime soon. So now, armor aside, let's talk about the gun. This is the 150mm Sturmhowitzer 43. 20 seconds reload because, you know, 150mm. And gun depression isn't really that bad, honestly. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Jim, I've seen some of the recent updates, where high explosive got nerfed. Well, yes, but actually, not really. 61mm, any angle, any range. Come across a Sherman, shoot the front, or shoot the sides where it's only 38mm, you can barge right through it, no problem. T-34, 45mm front, 45 to 40mm side, no problem. But now, you may be thinking, what about heavy tanks? For example, the KV-1. 75mm front and sides, 70mm rear. So how do we pen this thing? Well, you have two options. One, switch to heat shells, or two, if you only have high explosive round loaded, aim for the bottom half of the turret and let the magic of the explosive mass do its work. However, one problem with the high explosive shell, you don't have that kind of range. So in this situation, you have three options. One, bring the fight to close quarters. Two, use your rangefinder, which you can bind in your weapon control settings. Or three, you can just eyeball it. Now how do you normally eyeball it? Well, to put it simply, you don't. But if you really want to, what I can suggest is always aim higher than you think. Like so. So now, with everything out of the way, you're gonna ask, this is a premium vehicle. So should I buy this? My answer is, wait for a sale. For a vehicle that is 2,980 golden eagles, this is actually kind of expensive. Given the fact that this is rather challenging tank to play with. Decent frontal armor, but the gun, it's unfortunately, it's killing point at the same time. Because it doesn't really have that kind of range or velocity. So it's easy for you to miss. But if you really want this tank, no problem. Just wait for a sale, wait for it to drop, then buy it. But if you really don't want to spend any money in this game, you have the free alternative, which is the Sturmpanzer 2. Not exactly the same gun, but it is using the exact same shells. Just beware of one thing though. You don't exactly have armor. Now just to clear up one more thing, you may have watched the intro and wonder, how did you get the camera to shake so much each time you fire? To that answer is, go to options, common battle settings, turn your camera shake all the way up. Once you do that, each shell you fire will have a shake. Just remember two things. One, it only works if the gun is a massive caliber. And two, since it's under common battle settings, it's going to affect the planes as well. And speaking of planes, joining us today is the Hangar 111. This plane has two 1000 kg shells. You may have played the Youngest 87 with the single 1000 kg shell, and you can probably guess how devastating this thing is, especially since it has a bomb sight. But Tim, when I play bombers, whenever I'm in the bomber view, like very restrictive, how do you aim with this thing? The answer is, go back to your options, air battle settings, look for autopilot for gunner and bomb size mode, turn that off. Because once you do, you will find that whenever you're in the bomber side, you don't really feel like you're fighting with the plane, which is a huge plus. Now, enough talk. I know you guys really want to see it, so let's go. Yeet. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's this way. Buddy, what are you doing? Pull back! Okay, I see the thing. Not in the slightest am I surprised. Yep. 200mm of pen at point blank. Oh, that should play sometime. I'm leaving. Press that. Oh, dang. Dang it. Lower. Darn. Have it. Oh, that ain't good. I need to move soon. Okay, you can shoot. Oh, where's that? E34. Run defeated. They're almost shot, by the way. There we go. Oh, you move. Is there an auto loader? No, it's not. It's just more than one guy shooting me. That's about to happen. Oh well. Roger. Catch. Do you have it, buddy? Nope. Okay, now I'm worried. Dang. Need help, homie. Those are KV-1SS. You can punch through the sides. I missed. I hit the house. I hit the house. Oh my goodness, there's so many guys. Oh, that ain't good. Come on. Yay! No. You're right behind me, sorry. Just making sure.
Yeah. Left here.
You wanna watch right for a second? Sorry, watch left.
But you're going right.
You watch left for a second. I checking right.
Alright. Seems good.
Right.
Not sure about the desert, I'm still looking at the desert.
Ooh, that is not a good place to shoot it. No, right there. Two
My
tanks.
side,
Two tanks.
Okay, you want me to come over here?
Who's behind me? Stop it.
Coming over to you.
3 tanks.
Okay. My turn, my turn.
Which one? The one of the KV one, the barrel's broken, so don't worry.
Oh, I got a gun for the KV1 CR. The left side. Whoa.
What's rocking my tank right now?
Nothing. Is it just artillery fire?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I thought the guy is out. How can you shoot?
No, you can play his barrel.
I don't know which KV1 to shoot. Oh, got the
Okay, got him.
nice.
There's a T-34 behind them just now. I'm not sure if he's dead yet.
Okay.
Oh, is he? Yeah, he's still alive. And my shot ended.
Where is he? In front of you? Oh. God.
Keep backing up. I hit the tree, are you kidding me? Was it aiming at the tree? Got him.
Yeah, sorry. I try and get closer to the right. Ow! Oh, okay. Come on, right.
Yikes. I created somebody.
Yeah, you be a gun is too powerful lah.
Yikes. Yay. Yay. Was that overkill?
Yeah.
It feels so good when you finally have the range.